And welcome back to a belated edition of the Rockhound channel. Guys, my name's William. How y'all been? So sorry about not coming back to you guys sooner, but it has been a very nutty last few weeks. I mean, I've gotten barely enough time to maybe sit down for a few seconds, in between my little weekends that I have off. So busy around here at my house. So, a couple things that I want to first say. Thank you to everybody who has subscribed to my channel. I cannot even begin to just describe what it feels like for me to see you guys on there. Thank you. This actual video is for you guys. So today, just a quick video, like I said, probably about 5 or 10 minutes here. Today we're going to go ahead and super concentrate your concentrates. I go over this a lot, and I kind of want to give it a better understanding of as to why you'd want to do that. When it comes down to running your stuff and you are lucky enough to have a sluice box and you're able to process this stuff in a quick manner where you're able to dump the buckets just splade by splade into the actual box, run it through those mats. You want to try to get as much of that blonde sand, muck, and whatever else is sitting in your concentrates out. And here I'm going to show you how. So today, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead, load that pan up with just enough so that you can see what I'm about to do with it. So things that you need for this project. So as always, you want yourself a decent tub. Them right there, they run roughly about $8-10 at the cheapest at Walmart. You can get them anywhere. Definitely a great setup for at home, controlled environment. So whatever you lose, it's all going to be stuck in there. So you got a guaranteed situation. Number two, you're going to want something to keep all your stuff kind of in. I kind of overdo that a little bit here. See a cool little rock I just found not that long ago? Isn't that neat? It's got a hole in it. Don't know how it got in there, but it's there. Kind of weird. Found that in my yard. Just before I started this video, I was like, what on earth is that? So this winter has really kicked up a lot of stuff in my yard. So you got the tote. You got your pan, of course. ASR Outdoors, again, for those pans, guys. ASROutdoors.com. They have every flipping pan you can about imagine that you would need to get the job done. Alright, so I've got that tote, got my pans. You're going to want a snuffer bottle. Not so much to collect that gold today, because that's all going to be done at the end process of your sluice box. You're going to want one of these so that you can flush out your pan really good. You want to make certain all those flakes get captured into one of these. Now that there I got when I was I was sick. I ended up getting one of these from the hospital. You can get, anything that's about that size at Walmart. Again, that's your secondary reservoir. All of your super concentrates are going to go into there. So, those are the kind of tools that you want. Well, how in the hell are you going to get all that into the pan without using the pan? Well, I got me a little crevicer that I use often. And that's all I'm going to use, because whatever the size of this splate is all the material I want in that pan. And I'll tell you why. If you think about this, okay, here's this. There's the pan. So that's a lot of material that's going into that pan. And I'm not going much further than maybe about half an inch, roughly, on this pan per material. So, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead, pause this video real quick, and then I'm going to unpause this. I'm going to show you what this stuff will look like once it's super concentrated. Because right now, this looks like a hot mess in my bucket. There's all sorts of stuff in there. I've got leaves, I've got rocks, I've got pebbles, I've got all sorts of heavy grain sands in there. So we're gonna go ahead and make it so where it's really fluffy and just nothing but the blacks in here, and I'll show you what that looks like. All right, give me just a minute, I'll be right back. So I wanted to show that to you real quick. First, that's all the material that I'm putting in this pan. That's it. That's all that's going in there. Blop. That's it. Nothing more. If you get too much in there, now you're going to run the risk of losing it into that tote. And believe me, I've been to the point where I have absolute no patience when it comes down to doing this the first, I don't know, 2 years. So I just started overloading my pans. I was actually starting to use this huge one with one of my big old totes that I have way over there in the backyard. And I realized real quick that was the wrong move to do. So, without further ado, here we go. Let me get in here. Trying to do this one-handed, folks. Bear with me here. So again, not much in that setup. I'm going to take it so that I can use the ribs on that pan to try to catch some of that black sand back. You'll watch this stuff quickly start evacuating from the pan and into the water. But as soon as you start seeing that black, bring it back. It's a good adage right there. As soon as you start seeing the black sands, bring the pan back. Start shaking it again. Get it back down to where it's supposed to be. Because the more you do this, the more it's going to settle straight to the bottom of your pan. And believe me, it's worth doing so. So I'm going to go ahead, pause the video, finish out this pan, and then show you the end results before I dump it into our tote. It's going to be just a second. And finally, we're done. That took me roughly 3 minutes to get that little bit down to what we have here. Now you can see, without the glare, there it is. Gotta love it. That's almost 90%. Nothing but the black sand. That's all in there. And I was hoping that I could catch it on the phone. Oh, maybe. There it is. It's towards the end there. You see that little gold speck there. I went ahead and kicked this around a little bit, and there's probably about 28 colors. 28 colors in that tiny little bit of sand that I just put into this pan. It don't sound like a bunch to most of you folks up north, but down here in the south area, believe me, I'd be backflipping if my back wasn't in such a bad condition. So, onward to the video. So now, you got it to here. Now what do? You're just going to simply take it. I'm going to shake that off. Double check your pan. Make certain all your edges are good. Mine's a little rough after so many years using this thing. Believe me, this was well worth the 10 bucks that I bought this for. It has been a lifesaver on a lot of situations out there in the field. It has doubled as a secondary reservoir when I'm running my tiny pans because I just didn't have the room. Believe me, it's been great. It holds material. You can't go wrong with these kind of pans. So now I've got it in there, right? So what your end result should look like. Get in here. I'm going to use this as a pan a little bit here. Okay. Okay. So pay close attention here. Look at that. That is just nothing but the black sands and whatever fluffy sands that remained in my pan. Now, pay in mind, I am really hardcore on this. So, here's the next thing you gotta do. You keep that collected for later in the sluice box. Until next time, guys, this is the Rock Hound. I'll catch you guys in a little bit here. You take care of yourselves.